This is the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on September 27th, 2013. Our time is 8:45 in the morning. Our radio show runs on your favorite radio stations. We're also archived on Harold's websites, HESradio.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. You can go and stream the shows there anytime you want. We have a podcast. Our radio show is portable. We go anywhere you do on your portable device. Go to iTunes, type in World Financial Report on Radio. We are there. You can download us. Take us with you. Also, Harold does daily market commentary on his websites. You can find that on the podcast site as well. The company that Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium is Worldwide Precious Metals. And they invite you to an exclusive free seminar. Normally, a seminar like this would be hundreds of dollars, $500 to $1,000. It's the shocking truth about the Canadian banking system. They have an accountant who has taken a look at the books, and you will be very surprised as to what he has found. It's a free seminar, Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn near the airport. To register for this eye-opening financial seminar, call 1-866-623-2002. You can sign up online at wwpmc.com. They're going to be in Toronto October 21st through the 23rd, offering free private information sessions on investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. You can book your free seminar and as well go to the main seminar. Something like this, normally $500. It's absolutely free for those that register now. 1-866-623-2002 or sign up at wwpmc.com. Very interesting week. We'll talk about it later on in the show, but a 59.60 carat diamond, the Pink Star, is up for sale. They think it could go for $60 million. Also, the U.S. government coming out and saying October 17th, the government will shut down as they will run out of money. We're seeing that battle unfold right now. They're trying to basically starve off Obamacare, defund it. And you're seeing the numbers come out for those that would have to buy Obamacare, and the premiums for most people are just skyrocketing, costing 100 to 200% more, on top of raised taxes about a year ago. The U.S. economy is in very tough shape, and Harold, we did say on our show a number of months ago, be prepared for a huge battle between the Republicans and the Democrats in the United States over the debt ceiling and raising it. Would not be surprised at all to see a government shutdown. Now they're pinpointing October the 17th as the day they will officially run out of money. And it doesn't seem that the Republicans and the Democrats are agreeing at this point. So maybe you see a government shutdown in the United States.
Well, that would be unbelievable. Again, it's hard to fathom that the government would actually shut down, but this has happened before. And in actual fact, there's 16 or 17 trillion dollars in debt. So why are we even shocked that they're at this point at this time? Again, the government is desperate. What they've been doing since 2008, since the markets plummeted, is quantitative easing. And quantitative easing means putting money back into the markets, put it back into the stock markets, put it back into the bond and the mortgage-backed securities and things like that. And they've been doing this and put trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars back into the market trying to right the economy. And again, I got to give them a lot of credit for that, because the situation in 2007 and 2008 was absolutely frightening. For those that don't remember, that's when Lehman went under. That's when the markets fell so substantially that the Dow dropped from 14,000 down to 6,500. There was a run on the money market funds. If the FDIC, the insurance company that guarantees bank accounts here in the United States, if they didn't raise the insurance from 100,000 on a bank account to 250, we would have probably not been talking the way we are right now, because the whole financial system as we know it in the United States could have failed. So again, they did what they had to do. The Federal Reserve and the U.S. government, made some pretty brash situations happen, printed all this money, bailed out companies like McDonald's and like Chrysler and like General Motors and AIG Insurance and all the major banks, and the real estate markets were plummeting at that point. It was a disaster. And again, I think that they did an excellent job of really righting the ship, of trying to take the panic out of the markets, and at least they did something. They just didn't just sit there scratching their head and wondering what to do. They did something. They printed all this money. They put it back into the marketplace. The unfortunate thing is it didn't work. So it hasn't worked. So they put $17 trillion or more back into the stock markets, the bond markets, the mortgage-backed securities, and things like that. And they've been doing that since 2008. It's now 2013, almost 2014. The scary thing is that it just hasn't worked. In actual fact, you did see the Dow Jones rally, and it has hit almost 16,000, but none of that is based on the overall U.S. economy, because the U.S. economy is in dire straits. The U.S. economy is in such big trouble right now, and again, what more do you have to say than the government could close down in a couple weeks from now? The government could close down. They just don't have the money. And again, $17 trillion in debt, if we can believe that's the actual number, is a scary number. So all in all, things are not going well here in the United States. And we've also seen that if they stop quantitative easing, if they tapered like they tried to do about a week ago, and they decided not to do it because the handwriting was on the wall, the stock market would have plummeted, and so would the real estate market. And that's the last thing in the world they want to see happen in the United States, to see the stock market and the real estate markets go south again. The unfortunate thing is what's happening in real estate right now is the same scenario that happened back in 2004, 5, and 6, when the real estate market was actually being traded as a commodity as opposed to a home that people live in where they have most of their assets type of thing. So again, Schiller is saying that he feels that there's a bubble happening in the real estate market again. When you force prices up like they're doing here in the United States, forcing prices up on stocks, forcing prices up on real estate, trying to get people back in, to investing again and speculating in real estate, it's a dangerous thing. Most people lost their homes because of that. So, the U.S. is desperate right now. The thing that they really tried to do by putting all this money back into the system was get people working again. Get people working, get them paying taxes, get the country back on track, so the retail sales go up and the economy gets better and everything expands. The unfortunate thing is that didn't work either. The unemployment numbers are pathetic, and we don't believe the unemployment numbers that the government actually puts out, because obviously they're trying to show at the best possible scenario 7.2% unemployment when the real numbers are closer to 14 or 15%. This Obamacare situation is what's really making this happen, unfortunately. Obamacare is going to be so expensive for corporations to be able to pay the health benefits for their employees and they're being forced to do so, by the way. It's mandatory. You get fined and everything if you don't do this. Well, what they decided to do was fire most of their full-time workers and only hire part-time workers so they don't have to offer these benefits. Now look what the government did. They got people fired from their full-time jobs just because of this Obamacare, which everybody is saying is going to be an absolute catastrophe. So, again, what we see in the markets right now is we see all the markets basically in limbo. Gold and silver are trading in a range. The stock markets are trading in a range, not only here in the United States, but in Canada. The United States, again, is just not doing anything financially strong at this particular point. Europe is in huge trouble. They've got unemployment in Spain and Greece and Portugal of 65% amongst college kids. That means it's a lost generation. They won't get jobs. They won't be able to participate, in anything in life type of thing. And it's not that far different here in the United States. They have 35 or 40% unemployment amongst college kids, and that's going to get worse and worse and worse. So, again, the economy is stagnating at this point here. There's a very good chance that the U.S., if it isn't already in a recession, is going back into a recession. And, again, as unbelievable as this is, the U.S. government could literally shut down within the next few weeks. It's an absolutely frightening situation. Again, just definitely backs up the fact that we're saying that desperate times brings on desperate measures, and these are the most desperate of times we've ever seen. As we're taping the show today, gold is up $17 at $1341.60. Silver's up 15 cents. It's trading back at the $22 level. The platinum market's up $11 at $14.25. There could be a strike and platinum prices could go much higher. Palladium's trading $5 higher at $7.29. If platinum really takes off, watch for palladium to follow suit. The Dow Jones down 100 points this morning. It's trading right now at 15,200 points. The Nasdaq down 437.83. The Toronto Stock Exchange is down 11 points at 12,830. Here's the situation that warrants consideration. It's the U.S. dollar. It's falling substantially. It's down 37 points. It's at 80.16 as we're taping the show today. Why is that important? Because 80 cents on the U.S. dollar is very strong support. Means that it's going to be difficult for the market to break below 80 cents. But once it does, and it will, there are sell orders below that 80 cents. Why is this important? Because when the U.S. dollar in 2011 hit 72.5 cents, the gold market was at 1,900 and silver was at 50. There is a direct correlation between the U.S. dollar and gold and silver. As the U.S. dollar continues to fall and fall, gold and silver will continue to climb and climb. The U.S. dollar is in trouble, but it's still stronger than the Canadian dollar by about 3%. So the Canadian dollar right now is trading at about 97 cents, and even though the U.S. dollar is in trouble and going to be in further trouble, it appears at this point that Canada does not want their currency, the Canadian dollar, to be stronger than the U.S. dollar for trading purposes, which is certainly understandable. So all in all, even though the markets have been boring, and I say boring this entire year, trading back and forth within a range, we did see the markets hit lows that I'm comfortable, that we've seen the lows in silver at around $20 and the price of gold just below $1,200. Again, I think that we've rallied strong off of those numbers, and there is potential in these markets to skyrocket. Again, because the markets have been manipulated by the banks and the government for such a long period of time, the fact is that when they start to trade back on their own merit, the prices will take off and run. And again, I'm very comfortable with the price of gold at this level, but as the U.S. dollar continues to break down, watch for gold and silver prices to take off. Oil is trading right now at about $103.52. It's up 50 cents on the day. I'm extremely bullish on oil, but the fact is oil got beaten up a little bit this week, dropped about $7. There's still no doubt in my mind by next year we're going to see crude oil prices more than likely trading at about the 120 to 125 level unless a war breaks out in Iran and Syria, and then all bets are off. You could see $300 oil and a lot of problems in the Middle East. So again, Randy, the headlines are just filled with some of the most brilliant people concerned about the overall state of the U.S. economy and the world economy and the currency markets and everything. Again, I think this is the calm before the storm, and going into next year could be a real bloodbath in the financial markets, especially in the paper assets like stocks and those type of assets. So again, at this point, gold and silver looking stronger at this point. The dollar's breaking down. That could push gold and silver prices up substantially from where they are right now.
Looks like there will be a government shutdown in the United States. They just can't seem to get it together. Later on in the show, Sotheby's had an auction in New York City. We'll go through the auction results. Also talk about the $60 million pink diamond, 59.60 carat. The pink star is up for auction. We'll talk about it in the second half of the show. Harold's website for diamonds, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. Connect with him at 1-800-432-1022. hsfineauctions.com is his auction website. Next auction, October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. Some of the catalog is already up. We'll talk about it later on in the show. Harold recommends only one company when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, Worldwide Precious Metals of Vancouver, BC. A leading Canadian precious metals bullion dealer recommended by Harold for over 10 years. They are the experts to trust and work with in this very specialized market. Start your own precious metals investment account today. All gold is allocated, either wholesale or premium. Worldwide is there to help you maximize the profit, minimize the risk. You will have instant liquidity in and out of the market with just a phone call, 24/7 online access. The metal can be stored on your behalf, insured to the full value of your investment. Ask about domestic or foreign storage and premium storage in specific coin and bar form. Stored metal is outside the banking system, which is so important nowadays after we saw what happened in Cyprus with deposit holders there losing 47.5% of their money in one of the banks. Very important. The metal can be delivered to your door. Worldwide has access to the physical precious metals you want today. Connect with them, wwpmc.com, wwpmc.com, or call them at 1-866-623-2002. And don't forget, they have a free seminar. Normally something like this would cost $500. If you live in Toronto, they have a seminar put on by an accountant who has spent many hours, hundreds of hours, scouring the balance sheets of Canadian banks, of countries, and he's going to give you the shocking truth of the Canadian banking system Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m., and that is at the Hilton Garden Inn near the airport. You can register by calling 1-866-623-2002 or sign up wwpmc.com. They'll be offering free private information sessions as well. You can speak with Worldwide about those as they are in Toronto, October the 21st through the 23rd. In our newsletter this week, and obviously you can get our newsletter from Herald or Worldwide. We send it out via email every week, and this really struck a chord with me. It's from John Embry. And John says, people are being held in the wrong investments because of the mainstream media propaganda, and they are going to get hurt badly. I think this is a crime, and it makes me sick to see where this is all headed. As I said earlier, I am totally comfortable with my long-term point of view about where gold is headed, but I'm terribly concerned about what central planners are doing in the short term, as well as the general impact this is having on investors. This is true sociopathic behavior on the part of the Western central planners, and it will end in a catastrophic collapse and tragedy for virtually every single human being in the West. John obviously saying that with quantitative easing and government manipulation of markets, we could have one heck of a mess on our hands, and I do agree with him. John Embry from Sprout Asset Management, also Rick Rule from Sprott USA. He had something very similar to say, and you can get this information in our newsletter. Connect with Worldwide Precious Metals, 1-866-623-2002 or wwpmc.com. They will email it out to you. Rick Rule saying, big picture great for gold, but bad for millions of Americans. Regarding the debt ceiling, the U.S. is simply spending way more money than it's taking in. We are undoing all of the things that made the United States great and strangling ourselves with regulation. In the midst of this circus, politicians are trying to score political points. As a firm, we have positioned ourselves in things that will benefit tremendously from the coming chaos, such as precious metals and equities. Precious metals equities. I'm afraid that the set of circumstances, which will give us $70, $80, or $100 silver, might favor me personally, but they wouldn't be good for the bulk of people in the United States or around the world. From that point of view, I am troubled. I'm afraid that the average person is in the United States or around the world has no idea what's going on. So I have real reasons to be concerned about this country and where the financial markets are headed as a whole. But I would say that I am more confident than ever that investors in gold and silver are going to be correct in their investment strategy. So at the time that I feel very distressed about the situation the country faces, the condition of the economy, I feel more confident than ever about my outlook for myself and my own fortune. The big money that I've made in my lifetime has been a result of understanding the bear market that ushers in bull markets at some point. Going through, as we are right now, a truly spectacular bear market in resources, it sets up a remarkable opportunity to make money in the bull market. I've spent my whole life preparing for this, and I expect for some people, such as myself, to be richly rewarded. I expect, however, to be part of a distinct minority. But I'm distressed about the outlook for millions and millions of good people who don't understand what is taking place and will be badly hurt financially as a consequence. And Harold, that's why we've said for a long time, have that insurance policy in your portfolio of hard assets, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, diamonds, because even if we're half right, and we're hearing so many people concerned about quantitative easing and how it will be unwound, or if it's ever unwound, what the consequences will be on the financial markets, you just need that insurance policy in your portfolio. Bloomberg had a story, and I
Sure.
took a quote. Sorry, Harold, I'll just mention this one thing here quickly. Bloomberg had a story, and here's a quote from Chris Sams. He's 28 years old, a disabled Navy veteran from Dangerfield, Texas. He says, "We're still in a recession. I don't know why they say it's over. It may be over in Washington, D.C., where the per capita income is higher than anywhere else, but down here, the minimum wage is the highest wage." And Harold, we have about 3 minutes left here. A lot of people are hurting around the world, whether it be Greece or some of the other countries like Portugal and Spain, Ireland, and then we see what's happening in the United States. It's a very serious situation.
It certainly is. And again, people are confused and they just don't know what to do. And you just don't want to sit there and do absolutely nothing. You definitely want to take the steps to make sure that you have some type of protection. And again, it's extremely important, probably never more important than it is at this particular point. When you talk about insurance, I'm in Colorado, going back to Florida in a couple of weeks. But it started off the year as forest fires, and I ended off the year with horrendous floods. And I know the floods that happened in Calgary and in Toronto and everything. But the fact is that most people didn't have flood insurance. They never expected this to happen, and they got wiped out. They lost everything. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. The fact is that insurance, if you need it, it's the greatest thing in the world. But most people, don't think of insuring themselves on their financial situations. We work so hard. We put away whatever money we can in order to try to secure some type of life for the future if we want to retire or take care, just when things start to get bad. But at this point here, if countries are in this type of trouble, you can imagine how individuals and families are hurting. All we're saying is to be conservative. Take the right type of assets and put it into your portfolio in order to hedge against bad things happening. If people had flood insurance during those horrific times in Colorado and in Calgary and Toronto, they would have lived through the bad times, but at least they would have, had the insurance in which to start all over again. Most people don't insure properly, and again, we're stressing that you need to insure yourself with the upcoming financial situations. They could be devastating. And again, what chance does a small investor have? The small investor can hedge and do the right thing and protect themselves by using, assets that counteract the paper markets like stocks and commodities. So again, I'm very, very concerned about the future. I'm very concerned about our listeners and clients moving forward and making certain that we're all taken care of in order to be able to survive what's going to be happening within the very near future. It's not just the gold bugs that are talking about this. Some of the most brilliant people in the world are saying that this has to happen, and if it does happen, we just want to make sure that everybody out there is protected and can preserve their capital and possibly make a nice return from this.
Worldwide Precious Metals, wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. We're going to come back and talk about the Pink Star. Sotheby's had an auction this week. Some great diamond results. We'll talk about that and more. Auction coming up. Harold has an auction coming up, too. As the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on September 27th, 2013. Our time is 9:10. We're on your favorite radio stations. Also, the radio show is archived on Harold's websites, HESradio.com and RareColoredDiamonds.com. We have a podcast, and it's through iTunes. Our radio show is portable. You can download us, take us anywhere you go on your portable device. Just type in World Financial Report on Radio. Harold does daily market commentary on his websites. You can find it on the podcast site as well. There's only one company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. That's Worldwide Precious Metals. They're going to be in Toronto. Bank depositors lost 47.5% of their money in Cyprus. And the question is, could a bail-in happen in Canada? Worldwide Precious Metals invites you to an exclusive free seminar. Something like this normally would cost $500. And they have a certified accountant who has spent hundreds of hours going through the bank financials, and he has the shocking truth about the Canadian banking system. Free seminar Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn near the airport. If you'd like to register for this seminar, call 1-866-623-2002 or sign up online at wwpmc.com. They're going to be in Toronto October 21st through the 23rd, and they'll be offering free private information sessions on investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Connect with Worldwide, 1-866-623-2002, or sign up online at wwpmc.com. It's that time of the show where we talk about investing in diamonds. Harold has an auction coming up on October 21st at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. Go to the website and sign up now, hsfineauctions.com. Harold was on Bloomberg well over a month ago. He's going to be back on Bloomberg prior to this auction on October the 18th. And you do not need to have Bloomberg television. All you need to do is go to the internet, go to Bloomberg. You can watch it on your portable device, iPad. You can watch it on your smartphone. You can watch it on your computer. You do not need to have the Bloomberg channel, as I personally do, on my television package. So keep that in mind. Harold on Bloomberg, October the 18th. The auction is coming up, and you can go and take a look at some of the items, the catalog that is up currently. Harold's website is rarecolorediamonds.com. The telephone number, 1-800-432-1022 to connect with Harold. Our featured diamond of the week is a 1.07 carat pear-shaped fancy vivid yellow internally flawless. It is an absolutely stunning diamond. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Some of the big news that came out this week. Sotheby's Geneva will present the Pink Star, a 59.60 carat internally flawless fancy vivid pink type 2A diamond for sale November the 13th with a pre-sale estimate in excess of $60 million. The Pink Star originated from a 132.50 carat rough diamond that was recovered by De Beers in 1999 and then cut and polished by Steinmetz Diamonds over a period of 2 years into its present form. The diamond was first unveiled as the Steinmetz Pink in Monaco in 2003, and then it was sold and renamed in 2007. And everyone who has taken a look at this diamond, including those at Sotheby's, David Bennett, who is the chairman of Sotheby's Jewelry Division in Europe and the Middle East, are raving about this diamond. So we will have that to look forward to. We have a picture of the diamond in our newsletter. And Harold, we'll give you a chance to give people an idea why they should be investing in diamonds. And then we'll come back and talk about Sotheby's and their auction results. They had an auction during the week, and some of the results were just simply outstanding.
That's why people want to invest in diamonds, because the results are outstanding. I can assure you, first of all, this diamond that's going to sell for $60 million or more, there's never been another diamond like that. Vivid in color, a type 2A diamond, meaning there's no nitrogen in it. It's internally flawless, which is the highest clarity grade. I mean, almost 60 carats, and that color is just absolutely the greatest diamond probably in the world at this particular point. And I can assure you that in 1999, when they cut that diamond, it was nowhere close to $60 million. That's how much diamonds go up. So it's a phenomenal investment. And there are certain diamonds that in times of financial difficulty like we're in right now are negative correlated to the stock market and do very well, like deep flawless white diamonds. So it's a very, very exciting time to be in the diamond market, because it's portable private wealth. These assets never, ever fall in price. So you basically, if the most important thing right now with the economies around the world in so much trouble is capital preservation, a diamond should be something you'd be very interested in, because certain diamonds, not all diamonds, but certain investment diamonds, never decline in value. So you could actually put your money into an asset that will never decline in value because there's so few of them that have a track record like yellow flawless diamonds. You don't have to buy a $60 million pink diamond to make a lot of money in the market. A $20,000 yellow flawless diamond can basically increase by 15 to 20% a year. In fact, a $20,000 yellow flawless diamond in 10 years from now will be worth about $80,000. If you take $20,000 and put it in the stock market, and $20,000 and put that in a yellow flawless diamond, you're going to find that in 10 years from now, your yellow flawless Dallas is going to be worth at least 80,000, but who knows what your stock position would be worth. It's a very safe investment. I've given them to my children growing up, and now my 3 young grandchildren all own diamonds put away in their safety deposit box. It's never been more important than now in order to get into alternative assets. The reason that I'm on Bloomberg as often as I am is that that's what their interest is. They know what the problems are in the world economy. It's one of the top financial shows in the world. 4 to 5 million people or more watch that show, and this is the second time that we've been invited back on. And again, they're very, very interested in the secondary market that we created for our clients, which is 8 Siegel Fine Auctions. It's the only company of its kind, and we built this for our clients to resell their diamonds. It's never, ever been done before. The last auction that we had 17 Argyle pink diamonds up for sale, 2 Cartier signed diamond rings, and an orange diamond ring, and we set a record. In 1 hour, we sold 20 diamonds internationally all over the world, and it was a phenomenal procedure. Our auction business is the only live, real-time auction house that you can sit back in the comfort of your own home and participate or just watch the auction. You need to sign up for it. You sign up, it's totally free. It's going to be on October the 21st. Again, we're going to get tremendous publicity because 3 days before that, we're going to be on, the international show Bloomberg. The catalog for this particular auction is spectacular. We've got some amazing Tiffany diamond pieces. We've got an 18-karat white gold Tiffany diamond ring. Look at the video on it. It will take your breath away. We've got something that is really rare. We've got the Paloma Picasso. That's the daughter of Pablo Picasso. But Paloma Picasso Tiffany diamond ring, that's going up for sale. That's a signed piece. A platinum Tiffany diamond pendant. Magnificent. Wait till you see the video. We have Oprah Winfrey's Argyle pink diamond necklace and her matching earrings. Unbelievable set. In 2011, Oprah took 100 women to Australia on a promotion. She took them to the Argyle mine, which is famous for producing the most beautiful pink diamonds in the world, and she gave these 100 women these magnificent Oprah necklaces. It's in the shape of an O for Oprah, but it's encrusted in pink Argyle diamonds. Wait till you see it, and I've got the actual matching earrings. She gave the necklaces. Very few people were able to get the earrings. I've got the matching set. Those are both going up, and they're being sold separately, so you'll have 2 chances in which to own the Oprah Winfrey Argyle pink diamond necklace and her pink earrings. Look at our website, hsfineauctions.com. You're going to flip when you see these diamonds. There's a platinum Tiffany diamond necklace. There's a platinum Tiffany 71-point princess cut F color internally flawless diamond ring. We've got an 18-point carat princess cut fancy intense pink Argyle diamond ring. We have some beautiful round Argyles, which are the rarest of all cuts. We've got a 37-point radiant cut, fancy intense purplish pink Argyle diamond ring. Wait till you see the video. Now, most people that know Argyle knows that 95% of the Argyle pink diamonds are under a quarter carat. I've been showing you diamonds way above those prices. They're very, very valuable. There's a 51-point, over a half a carat, oval cut, fancy pink Argyle diamond pendant that is surrounded by other white diamonds. It is magnificent. Then there's some other beautiful, rare Argyle pinks that are coming up for sale. Probably the best investment diamonds out there. They can increase 8 to 10 times what today's prices are when the mine closes in about 6 or 7 years. There's a 67-point radiant cut, fancy deep, orangey pink Argyle diamond that will literally take your breath away. And one of the stars of the entire show is a 79-point, which is considered a huge Argyle. It's an emerald cut, fancy orangey pink Argyle ring. Look at the GI reports and the videos on these diamonds. That's our auction that's coming up on October the 21st. You know, the beautiful thing about this is that you can invest and buy diamonds on this auction site, hold on to them for the next 6, 7, 8 years, put them on your wife's finger around her neck, let her enjoy them, and then give them back to me to sell, and you will not believe how profitable these diamonds will be. When the Argyle mine closes and there's no more pink diamonds, the prices will skyrocket. In fact, that's already starting to happen now. So, again, this is one of the most exciting auctions. Again, we were invited back onto Bloomberg, which is the top financial show, one of the top financial shows in the world. And again, their main reason is they're crazy about our auction business, the secondary market, that we're the only company that created. You know, a lot of companies have popped up over the last couple of years that got into the diamond business because they've heard our radio shows, and it makes sense. Diamonds make sense. They're portable private wealth. They can be sold in other currencies. They never lose value, and in many cases, they increase in value tremendously. So who wouldn't want to get into that business, and who wouldn't want to own a diamond? But the stigma attached to the diamond business has always been, how do I resell them? And that's the contribution, the biggest contribution that my company brings to the diamond business is H. Siegel Fine Auctions. There's never been another company like it. It took us 2 years to build and an awful lot of money. And it's not like an eBay site where you go on and you see a diamond ring or whatever, and you type in a bid and you wait a couple hours and you go back. That's not how it works. This site comes alive at 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Mountain. We have clients all over the world that participate in this because of the currency markets and because of the amazing diamonds that we offer. And then I come on live and I sell each piece. These pieces need to be sold. They're magnificent. They're sexy. They're beautiful. Again, they're diamonds, and some of them, again, like from Picasso's granddaughter and Oprah Winfrey's pieces, I mean, these pieces are one-of-a-kind pieces, and they do nothing but go up in value. So we're extremely excited about this. We should pick up thousands and thousands of new high-net-worth clients from Bloomberg all over the world that will now attend our auctions on a monthly basis. So, again, I've never been more excited, and diamonds at auction are setting records. Yellow diamonds, pink diamonds, blue diamonds, this magnificent $60 million pink. I mean, how much more magnificent can a diamond get than that $60 million pink? So, again, as you can tell, we're very excited about what's happening. You know, we live in a world right now where things are concerning, they're confusing, people lose their money just by putting it in the bank. You know, put some money into an investment that nobody knows that you own, this portable private wealth, that if you get into any type of trouble down the road, we could sell that diamond in England and pick up British pounds, which are worth 40% more than the U.S. and Canadian dollars. So, again, I've been in this business a long, long time. I've been in the investment business over 35 years. And the last 10 years in the diamond business, you've seen this market explode. And it's only going to get better and better because most people are afraid to put their money back into the markets. With interest rates at 1% and 2%, and the bank's in trouble, it doesn't make sense to keep a lot of money in the bank. But put away a diamond. For example, the featured diamond is a $60,000 diamond. It's the best color yellow diamond you could possibly get. Vivid, there's no better color. There's hardly any of those available in the world today, and this diamond is internally flawless. That diamond will go up by 20% a year, sometimes 25% a year, because it's the best that you can buy, and there's very, very few of them available. So, you know, we've always learned that when you buy the very best, you always get the most back for it. I am very concerned about the world economy. I'm a Canadian living in the United States. I don't see what they're saying on Wall Street because Main Street is getting hurt badly. The middle class is getting destroyed. There's more people on food stamps than any other time in history, and the fact is we have a president at this particular point that it does not have the experience to handle a dilemma like this, and the U.S. is getting into worse and worse and worse trouble. Problem is that U.S. is a trading partner and great friend with Canada, and what most things that happen in the United States, they eventually leak into Canada. We've got massive problems in Europe. They're going to have a lost generation, 65% unemployment amongst college kids and 30% amongst adults. It's not looking pretty. You've got to invest differently than you do at this particular point. Gold, silver, hard assets like certain diamonds will get us through these difficult times and actually make us a tremendous amount of money. Please go to my website, hsfineauctions.com. Sign up for the upcoming auction. You're going to love it. Whether you participate or not, sign up, sit back in the comfort of your own home, watch how it goes, but I can assure you one thing, it's so exciting, you'll get tempted to bid, and it's almost addicting. It's like nothing you've ever experienced. So, again, Randy, as you can tell, we're extremely excited, and looking at this auctions catalog, it's one of the best we've ever had.
Harold will be on Bloomberg October the 18th, and he'll be on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton. Obviously, if you miss it, we'll have video of it later. But keep that in mind, October the 18th on Bloomberg. You can watch Bloomberg on your computer. Like, I have the channel personally at home. I paid a little extra to get it. I like to have Bloomberg. But if you don't, you can watch it online. On your portable device, through your computer, you will be able to see Harold, and we will give you times when he is going to be on. hsfineauctions.com. Next auction, October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. Go there, sign up now for the auction. Take a look at all the different catalog items. RareColoredDiamonds.com is Harold's main website. The diamond telephone number to speak personally and privately with Harold, 1-800-432-1022. And our featured diamond this week, it is an absolute stunner. 1.07 carat, pear-shaped, fancy, vivid, yellow, internally flawless. And if you would like to see when Harold was on Bloomberg about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, we have that video. We can send it to you as well in our newsletter. Sotheby's Geneva auctioning off the Pink Star. They think it could go for $60 million. You may remember the movie Spy Kids. One of the young stars, she's an adult now. Her name is Alexa Vega. She was engaged. In fact, as an engagement ring, she got, and we have a picture of it, a princess cut canary diamond surrounded by a circle of gems. We have a picture of it. It is absolutely stunning, a beautiful yellow diamond. As promised, Sotheby's Important Jewel Sale, New York City, September 24th, 2013. Here are some of the auction results. Lot number 76, a platinum, and this is 18 karat gold, fancy, intense, yellow diamond and diamond ring, and it was weighing about 3 carats. The estimate on it, $45,000. It went for $75,000. Lot 98, platinum and fancy, intense, yellow diamond ring, 4 carats. Estimate $40,000, went for $53,000. This was another really good one. Lot 115, platinum, fancy, dark brown, yellow diamond and diamond ring. It weighed approximately 5.93 carats. The estimate $15,000, went for $43,750. Platinum, and this is lot 118, platinum 18 karat gold, fancy, yellow diamond and diamond ring, 125, sold for $155. Lot 194, platinum 18 karat gold, fancy, brown, yellow diamond and diamond ring, and this was the big one. The estimate on it was $30,000 to $50,000. It sold for $149,000. Also, lot 199, 18 karat white and rose gold, faint pink diamond and diamond ring. Estimate on it $75,000, sold for $155,000. Lot 224, platinum 18 karat gold, fancy, intense, yellow diamond and diamond ring. The weight was 7 carats. The estimate $140,000, went for $173,000. Lot 429, fancy, vivid yellow diamond and a stunning ring, approximately 2.63 carats. The estimate $120,000, went for $155,000. There was a blue diamond, lot 479. It weighed 1 carat. The estimate on it $450,000, sold for $575,000. And then we got into the white diamonds, the D flawlesses that Harold talks about. There was a highly important platinum and diamond ring. It weighed 15 carats, and the estimate on it $1.25 million. It sold for $2.1 million. Lot 242, highly important platinum and diamond ring from Harry Winston, and it was supposed to go for the estimate $1.2 million. It went for $2.1 million. Lot 440, important platinum and diamond ring. The estimate $800,000. It sold for over $1 million. And finally, Harold, lot 415, platinum and diamond ring. The estimate $300,000, went for $545,000. We will send those results out to you if you want them.
Well, none of these prices surprise me. Again, diamonds, especially yellows, pinks, and blues, are setting records at auctions every time they go to auction. So, again, I'm very pleased with what's happening in the diamond business. Again, a lot of it has to do with the fact that, we really started heavily into the investment business and built the, secondary markets. So we had a legitimate secondary market to resell high-end collectibles. And again, it's working so beautifully. I've never been more excited about a business than the diamond business and what it's doing. And just those auction results, I mean, there's so many diamonds there that sold for 2 to 3 times what the estimates were. And it's not that the people at Christie's and Sotheby's don't know their business. It's the opposite. They know it better than almost anybody. These are, top-notch people that know the diamond business very well, and the estimates are realistic. But when a diamond sells for 2 or 3 times what the estimates were, the fact is it's just a sign of the times. People are willing to pay for an asset that maintains its value and does what diamonds are doing. So, in my opinion, it's one of the most important investments you're ever going to make. It's not a short-term investment. You don't want to buy a diamond today and sell it a year later. It defeats the purpose of it. To own a diamond, you want to own a diamond to protect you against the onslaught of what's coming our way. Again, all the uncertainty in the government could be closing down, the unemployment, the fear in the financial markets by printing so much money, the $17 trillion of debt that the United States is holding, what's happening in China and every place in the world. What chance does a small investor have? We still got a chance. We still make our own decisions, but if you put all of your money in the same avenues as most people do, if misery loves company, you're going to be in the same company as everybody else. We saw what happened in 2008. When things happened, the Dow dropped from 14,000 down to 6,500, and most people got wiped out. Those that held in there and held on to their stocks, they made their money back 5, 6, 7 years later. But that means that your money has been stagnant. It's done absolutely nothing. Now you've got a situation where you're getting 1 or 2% interest, keeping your money in the bank, and you could lose all your money in the bank. There's trouble in the banking system, so be smart about this. Let's sit down and talk about what's the best thing for you and your family, how to put money away for retirement, how to counteract what's happening in the stock markets. If the Dow drops another 50% like it did in 2008, do you own any assets that will protect you against a declining stock market? And if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and this market falls again, the chances of you ever making your money back again is slim to next to none. It's extremely important to make the right move. And let's face it, it takes guts to make a trade or to buy an asset that is outside of your comfort zone. You've been brought up on stocks and bonds and mutual funds and that type of thing, but those are the risky investments you can make. At this point, it makes sense to go into hard assets. Gold has done extremely well. Even though it's pulled back from 1,900 to 1,300, it still started its run at 250 and is still doing tremendously well. I believe that gold will be a $3,500 to $5,000 metal. I believe silver will be well over $100 before this is over, and I believe that diamonds will turn out to absolutely shock people as to how phenomenal of an investment that turned out to be.
This week's featured diamond, you can see the video on Harold's website, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. You can get our free weekly newsletter. We have a picture of the diamond in our newsletter. Get it from Harold, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. Connect with him personally and privately at 1-800-432-1022. HS Fine Auctions, next auction October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. You can sign up for that as well. Harold going to be on Bloomberg October the 18th. And we do remind everyone that Worldwide Precious Metals is going to be in Toronto. Free seminar. Something like this normally would cost you $500. They have a certified accountant who has gone through the books of the Canadian banks, and you will be shocked at the truth of the Canadian banking system. The seminar, which is free, Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn, right by the airport. Register for this eye-opening financial seminar, 1-866-623-2002, or sign up online at wwpmc.com. They'll be in Toronto October 21st through the 23rd, and they will be offering free private information sessions. Connect with them online or through their telephone number. And Harold, we have about 20 seconds left. It was a great week for diamonds. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the government shutdown in the United States. But once again, thank you for your knowledge and information.
Well, it's my pleasure, Randy. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a very profitable day.
Connect with Worldwide Precious Metals, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, also 1-800-432-1022, hsfineauctions.com, next auction October 21st. That's it. Another edition of the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next week.